Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Market Insights with Linux, and welcome to this new video right here on Nvidia. Changing up the content a little bit on the channel. I'm going to do more just pure technical analysis, long term and short term on Nvidia in this week in this video. But I'll try to cover Nvidia, Tesla, some major other stocks every single week. So this is the start of that. So let's get right into it. Now, first of all, obviously today and this week has been relatively news packed. There's been some less relevant news regarding Nvidia. I mean, Nvidia obviously is still an amazing company, so there's almost news you can spread about Nvidia every single day, right? Because they are doing all of these things. For example, today with the European Broadcasting Union and Nvidia partnering on sovereign AI to support public broadcasters. Major deal. Also, look, I know the European Union and the EU is a bit of a meme, but the EBU is much bigger than that, and just in general with the tight regulatory framework that is very often in place in the EU, this is good news. But outside of that, I think it's a little bit more relevant what's happening with China and the US. We have heard that there's some sort of a trade deal in place right now, but wherever I look, I haven't been able to find the full details, and the full details are very important when it comes to Nvidia, right? Because certain Nvidia chips and certain Nvidia technology and practices and business practices in China have been blocked or have been pressured by the US with these tariffs, but also just straight up bans on certain exports of certain items, including chips. So therefore it matters. At this point of time, we haven't really seen any data. I would say the market is also still, not reacting to the news that much yet. So we're waiting for that. I mean, presumably we're also waiting for some sort of an report from China on everything that's happening and what they think, and that maybe afterwards the markets can move. But ultimately, Nvidia is still looking fine. I mean, when we're diving into the technicals, starting off with a higher time frame look, what you can see is that Nvidia has definitely regained control of the balance right here. Now, I know this chart looks very, very messy, I understand, but trust me, for me it's still very much readable. Basically, the thing is that we had balance right here, right? We had balance between the 8th of October 2024 until the 27th of February, between this level at $130 and then to the upside around 148. That was the main balance. The balance we lost after all the pressure from the tariffs and trade wars dropped all the way down to a low right here of 88, which is pretty major, but ultimately the level right here around $100 held. Then we rallied all the way back up to test the previous balance, and we were able to get back into that balance, right? So that's good news. So ultimately, what I expect for now on the higher time frames is that Nvidia will stay in this balance with the potential to get a bullish breakout. But we'll stay within the balance right here. Let's be a little bit broad, and let's say between $150 and $128 or $130. So on the higher time frames, that's good news. There's definitely room for a breakout, but I want to zoom into the lower time frames right here. We're now on the 1 hour time frame. To talk a little bit about the possibility of that breakout, because what you can see is that on the 1 hour time frame, which is very similar to our bias we have given the higher time frames, we have a strong uptrend, right? I mean, we had this pullback right here Thursday and Friday when we had some renewed trade war tensions, but ultimately we picked up the trend very, very well, and that's still ongoing right now. So if you look at that, you would say, all right, well, we're in that trend, we're nearing our main resistance level at 150, 148, we can break out. And I do agree with that, especially if we get some news that's good for Nvidia that we can break out. But at this point of time, given the technicals, I would say it's a little bit more likely that short term we will continue the uptrend right here on this. So then the bullish line in the sand is like 140, but that we will continue the uptrend. But what you can see is that, first of all, we have like the level at 148 and 150 is a major resistance level, and we're losing momentum. You can see the volume is trending down. The RSI is also making lower highs where the price is making higher highs. So that's a bearish divergence. So that in combination with, the uncertainty of the news, which is still true, and the strength of that resistance level, like we could have some sort of a fake out above, but I do think a pullback from that area is to be expected back into the zone right here at 137 and 135, with the potential of dropping down all the way to a level lower, although I would say that's unlikely given the confluences we have at that level. So yeah, I'll definitely keep you updated on that. But for now, short term, I expect this bullish momentum to continue. But I do think we are nearing an area very, very soon where we are going to get a decent pullback at least. But those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Make sure to join our free Telegram channel as well. Link will be down in the description. But for now, have a great Wednesday. Take care and bye.